Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Melanie from Melanie Tries Recipes, and today we are doing something a little different. I'm showing you the end of the video at the beginning, showing you the what I'm gonna cook before I actually do any of the cooking. What do you guys think of this right here? Is this something that you might want to try out? I find it to be extremely delicious. This is something that my mom calls supper on a bread loaf, but I call it hamburger subs. So we are going to start off with I'm going to make a double portion of this because I'm putting some in the freezer for my mom. I made this prior to going on my hike, and I just wanted to make sure that she had some, for while I was gone. You are supposed to use Cole's garlic bread, so I am just using some regular bread and turning it into a type of garlic bread, spreading some melted butter on it or softened butter on it, and some garlic powder and a little bit of salt and stuff, and getting that all ready. Alrighty, set that all aside. And then, of course, I need some onions and peppers and chopping that all up. I'm going to speed this up as fast as I can. Excuse me. So you don't have to boringly watch me do it for 8 minutes. You only have to watch me cut up the vegetables for like 12 seconds. So, okay, maybe 13 seconds. So here we go. We're just chopping up the vegetables, and it calls for a half a cup of chopped onions, and that's it. But I thought that some peppers would taste really good in it, so there we go. Putting some peppers in it too, because I love my peppers. Joom, 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 joom. Cutting up the peppers so fine and tiny. Alright, it says we need to beat an egg. So since I'm doubling it, I got to beat 2 eggs. And I got the slime all over my hands, so I had to go wash my hands. You see my my recipe there on the side. So we put that in there, and it also calls for a can of evaporated milk, or actually it calls for a small can of evaporated milk, and I put the large can of evaporated milk in there. And then it calls for some mustard, so I put that in there. And then some breadcrumbs. There goes those. Mix all that together. And then we're gonna throw in our onions and our peppers. Mix that together. Put some burger in there. Make a burger for the dog. I'm actually it calls for burger, but I'm also adding in some ground sausage. Mix it all up together. And then add some salt. Add some pepper. Put some cheese in there and mix it up. So, and I gotta say, I totally shouldn't have done I shouldn't have doubled this recipe because holy tamale, this was such the frustrating recipe to do. But once you get the hang of it, it is easier and not as complicated. So we put the we split it into half, and half goes on one and half goes on the other. But like I said, since I did a double portion, I had to split it into quarters and put a quarter of the mixture on each section of the bread. Cover it up with a bunch of foil. Put it in the oven. And then here we go. We're going to do the other section. Put the burger on there. And then wrap it up in some foil. And then we're going to set this one aside because we're going to wait to cook that one until after the other one's done. And then at some... see, I'm checking it to see if it's done yet, and it is not done even after the allotted time that I was supposed to do. I don't know what I did wrong, you guys. I'm gonna have to try this again. Here we go, we're testing it again, checking it again. I'm like, Mom, it's still not cooked. What the heck? What's going on? How come it's not cooking? Anyways, put it back in the oven, cook it longer, bring it back out, let's see what happened. Yes, finally. Finally it is done. Yep, I checked it. Finally cooked. So then we throw some cheese on it. And I think what I did wrong is I mixed the cheese into it. And I don't think I was supposed to mix the cheese into it. I think the cheese was only all supposed to go on top of it. So anyways, here we go. This is what it looks like when it's all done. We are going to cut off a section. And that's for you. Cut off another section. And that's for me. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.